Hi guys, my name is Katie and I own an Etsy shop called Hooked and Hemmed. As you can kind of tell from my channel rebrand, I used to be Swizzle Monster, but I kind of went in a different direction and changed it to Hooked and Hemmed since I mostly focus on crochet and sewing kind of tutorials. I also have a few random like craft tutorials here and there, but my main focus is sewn and crochet goods, and that is kind of what my Etsy shop revolves around. I make all kinds of purses and wallets and blankets and hats and things like that. Basically anything that's hooked or hemmed. But yeah, I've kind of rebranded my channel because I'm trying to create a cohesive brand, and part of creating that cohesive brand is completely redoing my Etsy shop. I haven't really updated it. I want to update it with my new graphics and everything, and I also want to go ahead and upload new photographs for my Etsy so that it's kind of all nice and matching, and I'm going to share with you guys how I do that. I'm going to take you along the journey of me taking new product photos for my Etsy. So I'm going to rephotograph everything that I currently have and re-upload it so that it's more pretty and aesthetic. So Etsy actually isn't my full-time job. I just do it kind of on the side. It's just like a hobby for me right now. Same with YouTube videos and everything. I do have a full-time job, and I actually work as a full-time product photographer in e-commerce. So I can kind of share with you guys tips and tricks that I've kind of learned along the way, lighting techniques, editing techniques, different things you want to look for when you're trying to stand out amongst like a sea of other products that are similar to yours, because with Etsy, it's definitely an oversaturated market. It's a little different if you guys own your own shop, but Etsy also has its perks of just like, you know, getting an audience and getting people to see your products without so much marketing on your part. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to take some high quality product photos. You definitely also want to do multiple photos because Etsy does have different photo slots. They also now have a video slot, which is really cool if you guys have like products you want to show off in a video. But we're just going to be focusing on the photography aspect today. I'm going to show you guys how I make a DIY photo backdrop. You don't need any really like expensive equipment to do this, which is great. With technology nowadays, it's so easy to just take photos on your phone. Phone quality cameras have like gone up. Like some of them are even better than my DSLR, which is sad. But phone quality has really gone up, and with being able to add listings on the Etsy app, you really can just like edit your photos and everything. There's so many apps for editing. You can really do everything on your phone, and it's not going to cost you a lot of money, which I think is great. But of course, if you want to, you can use your DSLR, you can use Photoshop, and you can upload these pictures on your computer. That's kind of what I do, just because that's just what I'm used to. I like looking at a bigger screen rather than my little phone screen, so that's just my personal preference, but of course you guys can do whatever works for you. Back here I actually have one of these little tabletop studio lights. I bought a pack of 2 of them on Amazon for I think like $40 or $50, so super inexpensive. They give you some nice high quality lights, but as you can see, I'm not even using studio lighting right now because a window will do miracles. Natural daylight, great. If you guys don't have the budget to buy lights, you could totally set up your backdrop with your products in front of a window with some good natural lighting, and you can get some great product photos as well. To create your own photo backdrop, all you really need is some foam board. So I bought these. I bought 4 of them. They came in 2 packs at Walmart. These are just Elmer's acid-free foam boards. I got those. You can buy these at like the dollar store. You can buy them like literally anywhere else and they'll be cheaper, but I bought these, and since they're like Elmer brand, they were $7 for a 2-pack, so a little more pricey than I'd want to pay for foam board, but it was there, so I got it, whatever. But yeah, you can definitely find these like cheaper other places. I know some places sell them for like $1 or $2, so look around. But I got 4 of them because I want to make some different backdrops. I actually saw this hack from a few people on TikTok. I don't know the exact names of them, but I didn't come up with this idea basically. But yeah, I thought this was a really cool idea to kind of make an easy photo backdrop. So you need some foam boards. You'll also need some kind of tape. I'm gonna just find some duct tape. And then I bought these at Walmart as well. They are the Easy Liner removable adhesives. They're by the Duck brand. So this is just like a pretty marble pattern. This goes great with my rebrand because I got like a marble purple kind of thing going on. So this will be super cute for a photo backdrop. These are nice because it's good for like crafts and decorating, and like you can put these on tables and remove them, I guess. They sell these in like the kitchen like shelf liner section at Walmart. This tube comes with 15 feet. It's 20 inches by 15 feet, which is great because the foam boards are exactly 20 inches wide. So that works well for this. But this was like $5 for this tube. Super great. I also bought this wood grain looking adhesive surface thing. They had like a bunch of different patterns, but I thought the wood would be cute just for like Instagram posts or something. I'm probably gonna go with the marble for my Etsy shop just to keep it all cohesive and looking nice. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make this. Okay, so I have my foam boards here. I'm gonna start with 2 of them for now. So many. And I'm just gonna lay them out kind of vertically because we're gonna connect the horizontal sides. I need more room in my craft room. Okay, so hang on. I'm moving you a little bit. You're good. Okay. Alright, so struggles of crafting in an apartment. You don't have enough room. Okay, so I'm just going to lay these out. I'm going to line them up horizontal sides together. And I'm going to take some of my handy dandy duct tape here. Yeah, I'm just going to put down a couple strips to kind of connect these all together. So now once you have those strips down, you're going to want to make sure you can still like fold it like this. So as you can see, it'll be able to like fold. So I'm actually going to fold this in half, and I'm going to put some, while it's folded in half, I'm going to tape some here just for extra reinforcement. The tape on the folded side as well as on the inside, and you should still be able to open it up like this. And now I'm going to go ahead and add the other foam boards as well. So I'm just going to take these 2, literally just stack them on top of these. And I'm going to go ahead and put the tape around this top edge again like I did before. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to attach these ones same way I did the others. And now this tape's not really going to matter that we're putting it on the inside of our backdrop because we're going to cover it up with contact paper anyway. However, if you're just using if you're just using it for a white backdrop, you might want to just put it on the back side. However, it's going to be so easy to edit it out anyway, so it won't really matter if you can see the tape in the background. You can just cut those out in Photoshop pretty easy. So yeah, I think everything's connected now. So you basically should have this huge book with 1, 2, and 3 different backdrops you can do. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply the contact paper. I'm going to have one that's wood, one that's marble, and then one that's just going to be white. So I think I'm going to leave this one just white because it's like the most nice looking. This has some holes because my cats got to it, so we're going to just cover this up with some contact paper. So I'm going to go ahead and do the wood one first just because I don't really know how to do this. So I think this should be about the same width as these poster boards. Yeah, so I'm going to need 2 sheets of this, but they're about the same width. So I'm just going to measure this out and cut it to size. That should be good. Alright, 1, and then I'm going to do the other side as well. So now if you're smart and not like me, you'll actually look in the back of this and see that there's a grid so you can actually cut a straight line. So now the fun part is going to be attaching these sheets. So I'm going to do one side at a time. So you're just going to want to tear off the backing a little bit at a time just because you don't want it all to stick to itself and you don't want to mess it up. So I'm just kind of peeling a little bit of the backing off at the top section here. Trying not to have it stick to itself. Okay. Away. So I'm going to go ahead and try to line this top edge up as close to the top of this as I can. And just kind of smooth that out. Nice if this didn't do that. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to smooth out. What's nice about this is it is removable, so you can adjust it a little bit. If you mess up or you get any bubbles, you can just kind of peel it pretty easy and flatten that back out. Because if you're like me, you don't know what you're doing. Okay. So now I'm just going to kind of like slowly peel the backing off as I unroll this. Try to smooth out any air bubbles that you get. And then we're just going to kind of go, so yeah, I'm just slowly kind of unrolling it and peeling the backing a little bit as I smooth out any air bubbles or anything like that. I'm sorry, it's so squeaky, that's annoying. So far these bubbles aren't really that hard to get out, so that's nice. What's nice about this is you can literally put it on any table or anything too. So if you have like a table you want to use to like film videos or something, you can put this contact paper down and it's completely removable and won't harm your surfaces, which is awesome. This actually looks a lot nicer than I thought it would. Like, I'm actually getting it on pretty smooth, which is nice. Okay, okay. That was actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. I have a little bit of overhang, but that's fine. I can honestly just trim it off. So that actually looks pretty good. I didn't get like really any bubbles in it. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side with the other part of the wood that I have. And then we can start doing the marble. So for this one I actually put it upside down. My camera stopped recording, but I put it this way so that I could actually see the grid on the back and cut it more accurately. Definitely easier. There's definitely bubbles in this, but that's because I didn't take my time. Alright you guys, now let me just show you this magic. It's all complete. Super exciting. So you can literally just open this up. You got a white backdrop. Don't want the white backdrop? Now you got a wood backdrop. Don't like that? Ooh, marble girl, yes! So exciting. Okay, so I'm definitely going to be using this marble backdrop for my products just because I want them to be kind of this like marble purple aesthetic that I've got going on. So I'm going to go ahead and light this up and we're going to get some product shot. No idea why I'm trying to set this up on my ironing board, but I'm way too lazy to clean off this desk, so this is what we're doing. So I kind of have this up here as more of a key light, so that will give you kind of the most lighting in your little area here. It'll also light kind of the backdrop and light your product and it'll give your product a nice little backlight. And then I'm using most of the like light from this window here for like the fill light, but I also have this light set up here just for like an additional little fill spill. You don't want it to be too harsh, so it's better to have one light closer and one light a little bit further away. If you want to get fancy, you could also have a third light to just light the backdrop or come from above. but 2 lights, a key, and a fill are literally just all you really need. So I'm going to get a product in here and show you guys how I set that up, make it look nice and all that stuff. Alright, so the first product I want to reshoot is one of my handbags that I have. So the original pictures that I have on Etsy aren't really that nice, so I'm going to go ahead and photograph a bag. So I'm going to kind of just try to set this up the way I like it. I do like how this backlights it a bit and gives the thing a little bit more separation. Also, if you're like me and you photograph handbags or anything, you should try to stuff them with some kind of cardboard or something. Not cardboard. You should try to stuff them with some kind of paper or something. This bag has a little more shape, so I'm not going to bother with that. But I'm going to go ahead and try to prop these handles up. Usually you can use something like a string and that'll work fine. I gotta find some string. There we go. Thanks, gravity. And then you want to kind of place the hang strap. I'm gonna kind of place and arrange the shoulder strap just to look a little nice. Gravity hated me, but I'm gonna arrange this shoulder strap. You can kind of just tuck it under the bag and that'll look nice. I don't want it really blocking this fox here because I want to kind of show that off. So if you just kind of wrap it around and tuck it back behind so you don't see it. And then we're going to hope gravity helps us a bit here because I don't have string. Alright, so I just got a piece of like white string. This will be super easy to patch out in editing later. So I'm going to go ahead, and typically I'd use my camera for this, but I'm filming on it right now, so we're going to use my phone. I'm going to use my phone for purposes of this video. Also, just shows you guys, you can use your phone. It's not that bad. Okay, so I just got some string. I'm going to literally just loop this through like that. Typically you can tape this somewhere. I'm just going to hold it up because I have 2 hands and this is what I do. So, ooh, this honestly will probably be too hard. Okay, so let me show you the picture I got. So it literally just looks something like this, and obviously you can crop out these ends here when you go and edit it. Honestly, I can do that right now. Let's see. Then you'll have something that looks like that. And obviously you can recolor it a bit. You can cut out where you can kind of see the folds on the sides there. But I would say that this is a pretty solid product photography. I would say this is a pretty solid product photo. And it literally took 2 seconds, just a little bit of cropping. And then obviously if you want to recolor it a bit, you can just add a little bit of recoloring. But this is literally just on my phone, and I don't have that good of a camera on my phone. Like literally super easy. And just imagine how much better it will look with like a DSLR or something. But literally super cute. So now I also sell smaller things like wallets, but honestly this is even super convenient for that if you want like a stylized background. I used to use like a mini light box that I bought off of Amazon, but this just adds like a little bit more aesthetic, and this is also nice if you guys want to do like Instagram posts or something. So for something smaller, literally you can just like lay it down, and if you just shoot from above, you literally just take your phone and you can shoot from above. Super simple. And then literally, look how cute that is. Super cute. It's amazing what a difference backdrops make. Super easy. Obviously I would bring this into Photoshop and I'd just do a little bit of color retouching. But honestly that's not even like super bad. Obviously there's a little bit of fuzz on there, so I'd edit that out too in Photoshop. But literally it's just super simple little retouches you need to do. You don't even need to do anything crazy, which is awesome, and you can have really nice high quality product photos. Sorry I switched angles on you. It's sweaty in here, but yeah, so this is bad lighting. I don't know why I'm sitting here. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a few product photos, and then I'll see you guys in a few minutes to go through kind of editing on my computer. So let me just take a few photos and then we can jump into that. Okay, so we just have our pictures all imported into Lightroom. I enjoy using this because it just makes the process so much quicker. You can just kind of adjust all the filters and apply it to every single photo you took, so everything's kind of consistent. You might want to do some tweaking because like I have some black wallets and some like white wallets, so it does the color is a little bit weird sometimes, but I do have like a preset made, and then I just like to do some little adjustments. As you can see, the black is pretty good, but the background gets a little bit blown out, so I just like to adjust some of these different settings on the side here until it kind of just looks the way I like it to look. As you can see, that's very, very bright, so I just kind of adjust a little things, some highlights, the shadows, things like that. I also took these really cool photos that I really enjoy with like the wallet scattered in the background. Yeah, but as you can see, like the white gets a little bit blown out, so I just kind of adjust the highlights and the whites a little bit to make it look more natural. But this is just a super quick process to kind of brighten up your photos, edit the colors, and all that stuff. But I like to do this before I import them into Photoshop to kind of clean them up a little bit more, just so I can do that really quick. So once that's done, I will throw these photos into Photoshop and just do a little bit of retouching. This specific photo just needed a little bit of dust edited out, so I just use the Band-Aid tool to kind of get those little pieces out. And then I go ahead and I use the cropping tool to kind of just tighten this photo up a little bit more and get that distracting background out of it. I want most of the wallets to be in the background, so I'm just cutting off those like 2 white spots at the end there. Of course, this is just like a crash course on how to edit these photos. If you guys want a video where I go a little bit more in depth, I'll be happy to do that. This is just me assuming you already know how to do some basic functions in Photoshop or use like a basic photo editing software. Nothing too fancy, just simple, quick edits. Now, editing something like this purse can be a little bit more complex, so I'll go into a little bit more detail with this one because we obviously need to crop out these sections and edit out the string and everything. So I'm gonna just bring in the crop tool and kind of like tilt this a little bit more just because I took the picture a little bit crooked and we want it to be more straight. Obviously, we're still gonna have some of this weird like stuff, but it's fine, we'll fix that. We can use the stamping tool to actually bring this pattern over into those sections where it's not being shown. You literally can just like copy it. I'm holding the Alt button while I click on the section to copy it, and then you just kind of like click and drag around and it'll copy different sections of the backdrop. And I like to lower the opacity a bit just because if the lines are too harsh, you'll be able to tell like where you kind of drew. But if you do more of like a lower opacity and a softer brush, then it kind of just blends more seamlessly, and then you can't really tell that you just like stamped the background. And what's nice about the marble background is it doesn't really matter if like the patterns are kind of all over the place because, sorry, my cat, because it just is meant to look that way. And then I'm also bringing it down onto these like edges where you can see the seam of the backdrop just to kind of blend that in a little bit better. And then I'm also going in with the, what is this tool? The dodge tool or the burn tool, just to darken it up a little bit more because that part was a little bit blown out. So I just kind of darkened it up a little bit in that area. And then I just added a little bit of the saturation just to give it a little bit more color here. And now we can zoom in a bit and we're going to edit out that string there. Literally I'm just using the Band-Aid tool or the spot healing tool, I guess, just to run that along and kind of fix that. I'm also spot healing some of these like harsh lines that came from the stamping tool, just so it kind of all blends a little bit more seamlessly. And then I'm kind of just trying to fix that handle a bit because it looks a little funny since I edited that string out. It kind of just has a weird dip in it, but we'll fix that as best as we can. And then I'm just kind of making sure that this doesn't look weird where we band-aided it, or what? Stamped it? Then I'm just checking the bag for any like pieces of dust that I need to edit out, just so the bag looks a little clean, because, you know, no one wants to buy a dusty bag, so you want to make it look as nice as possible. Random hairs, you know. Things that you don't see with your naked eye, you'd be surprised show up in camera. Like the littlest specks of dust, you will find them everywhere and it'll drive you nuts, I promise. But we're just bopping those out really quick. And you can also use this to like edit out any like weird shine or camera things that happen, light reflections, stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. I'm just kind of going in a little bit more with that spot healing, but honestly, pretty good. Definitely a lot different than what we started with. Now, this is my Etsy shop, and as you see, I already added my new logos and everything in here, so everything's gonna look super nice and cohesive. I did go ahead and I'm just going to show you guys like kind of what it looks like before I added the photos. See, these are my old photos. They're kind of dark, washed out. They're really not good at all. And I just think it's going to look so much better once all these products have the same backdrop. And now this is my Etsy with the updated images. It just looks so much cleaner when all the products have the same background and everything's just kind of bright and nice. My pictures before were really dark and dull, so I feel like this really just adds a bit more to my shop. As you can see, I have all my featured items there looking nice. I still have to update the rest of these photos. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but once I add those into my shop, it's all gonna look just so much nice. Here's what an actual listing looks like. I took a few different angles of the product just so they can see kind of what it looks like with an ID in the slot, the back. We did a close-up so they can see the inside of the product as well, and just like a few more creative kind of shots with some of the other pieces. But yeah, this is what an Etsy listing page looks like. I'll show you guys what the purse turned out to look like. So I have quite a few photos here because this purse, you want to like get a lot of details. I took a lot of nice close-up shots of some kind of different features, the zipper, the hooks, the attachments, the inside of the purse, of course, the zipper pocket, and also a nice close-up on that super pretty fabric that we used. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful. We're definitely working on upping our Etsy game here, making our products shine, as well as uploading nice new pretty content to Instagram. But let me know if you guys have any questions. You can comment down below. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye and thanks for watching.